I said I was going to finish this video series, and the final one is Ataru, the fourth form um, of lightsaber combat. I noted earlier in my other video before it crashed that Ataru banks itself on dexterity and speed, not so much as strength, although it can be strength based if the person has enough strength to do it. The body type a person would need is anywhere from small to medium build. Although a large build can do it, but they may not be as agile as the small medium build. Because it banks itself on speed and dexterity, the person has to constantly keep moving. So it also excels at agility. It has no defense because it's constantly moving. It's very much like shii, but with acrobatics. I believe in theory that Ataru was created with using acrobatic flair with shii. It is versatile because it uses both swordsmanship and martial arts. That's another hallmark of it. Ataru master will use kicks and punches and flips, elbows, and backhands. Anything to catch the opponent off guard for a good sweeping strike. The whole idea behind Ataru is to catch the enemy off guard with a quick attack before they know it's coming. Ataru simply is could be compared to European longsword fighting combined with Chinese wushu fighting, because it uses acrobatics, martial arts, and sword swipes. It's not exactly a dueling spec. It's just simply like more or less a ninja type lightsaber form of combat. Basically, going for a quick kill and then run out. Although it doesn't use stealth, it just uses the element of surprise. Ataru specialists are very bad at the Force, so they're not always using the Force on people. They mainly use the Force to augment their speed and their agility, as well as their dexterity. As I said before, is comparable to Chinese wushu martial arts. So if you've seen demonstrations from wushu martial artists who use the long broadsword, it would look similar to that. That or the Chinese Dao sword, aka the big knife. The practitioner in practicality would just mainly run you down and only flip when you attempt to in an attempt to confuse you or to avoid an attack. The strengths and weaknesses of Ataru is that it lacks strength. You can put strength into it, but it means your attacks will be a little slower. Qui-Gon Jinn was more strength based in his Ataru approach, and it came off almost as Shien. Because many of the practitioners have the small to medium weight. Its strength comes in the fact that the practitioners may be nimble, meaning they're very hard to catch, or they're hard to target because of their size and speed. It's dexterous, as I noted, and has martial arts. It can take on multiple groups of enemies, so long as they're not wielding blasters, and have very good aim. And it's unpredictable because, again, the wild swings of shii and the flips make it hard to pin them down. Even though it's been discussed that Ataru is bad against multiple opponents, I don't see how that is, considering martial arts is one of its hallmarks. and because it flips around, it's hard to pin one down. Trying to think, and because it's speed based, it's they're quick. They're able to cover a lot of ground very quickly, much like shii choo. Its weakness is the fact that it uses martial arts. Yes, as is his strength, is his weakness, because in martial arts in a lightsaber battle means somebody's going to lose a hand or a foot. It uses acrobatics. That's another weakness. As it is its strength, is its weakness, because it makes you when you're flipping, you're a vulnerable target because you can't protect yourself in mid-flip. It's speed-based. Its strength is its weakness because it's speed-based. You have to keep moving. It requires momentum to it doesn't use strength much, so it requires momentum to enhance the impact of its blows. So getting a running start sometimes is very good. It doesn't work in tight spaces. This aspect of Ataru is true. You need the flips to flip around, and you need to bob and weave. And Ataru is all about movement. He has wild swings like shii choo, so that's another bad thing about it. It is predictable as it is unpredictable, because eventually the practitioners will keep following a pattern that people will eventually pick up, and making it easier to strike at them and take them out. And that, combined with the fact that the flips leave you vulnerable, you're able to attack them when they're at the most vulnerable. And as I noted, Ataru specialists are normally not strong in the force. They normally use their force abilities to augment their strengths. The hallmarks of this, again, are acrobatics, martial arts, and wild swings. Ataru is anything but precise, but it's about getting a quick kill. Again, the only perfect example, again, are wushu fighters who use the Chinese broadsword and the Chinese Dao sword. It's kind of hard to find demonstrations these days because most of them have been taken offline, but I'll do my best to put them on there. Again, these videos about the practicality of what a Jedi would look like if he was using it in real life, as opposed to the movies, which try to make the characters look like they're swashbuckling. And that's it for now.